my mentors, and in fact, he had visited me 6 months before untimely passing away at my factory. We, Snap Alginates, have been using macro and microalgae for the last 35 years. The macroalgae that we use is Sargassum for alginates, Capophycus for carignan. We harvest from natural beds, and we don't directly cultivate, we do it through cultivators. Total of about 15,000 metric tons of wet seaweeds every year. We directly provide a livelihood for about 100 families for the last 30-35 years. I wouldn't just call it livelihood, I would actually say that it's been a question of wealth generation, because most of these people have now see their children are in college and things like this. The microalgae that we use is for bioremediation for our effluent treatment plant, Crucoccus turgidis. Professor Sivasubramanian will be speaking about it later. He's been one of our collaborators on this. We've been actually doing phycoremediation of our effluent for, I think, what, 10 years? Yep, 9 years. He knows the dates well. In fact, owing to which we are an ISO 14,000 company, a zero discharge company. We do not discharge any effluents, whether it's solid or liquid, which is something of the first. In fact, I would like to tell you that some of our scientists and biologists are good, so good, that the first commercial phycoremediation plant, and I think even today it is probably the only phycoremediation plant or bioremediation plant working anywhere in the world, is in Snap. We treat close to 50,000 liters of highly acidic water daily, and we have zero discharge. In fact, phycoremediation, as people have said, or bioremediation is very eco-friendly, and the blue-green algae that is produced, we sell. In fact, we also have a biofertilizer division using both macroalgae and microalgae, which we actually cultivate in the phycoremediation, and it has been extremely successful, our biofertilizer division. If I have any regret for having been in the algae field for 35 years and losing my hair and getting bald, is that I have not seen many, or in fact very probably only aqualgae, which has now come in the algae field, to have come up. It's a very sad thing which I personally feel, because over the years I would really love to see many more such units come up, because it would have been utilizing the potential and the science which has been generated by our scientists and biologists. But it has not been so. The reasons for this are very complex. One of them is the conversion of science to technology. I think we as Indians are very weak. In Snap, we have been lucky. We've spent a lot of time in conversion of technology. And as my friend Dr. Saktivel had mentioned, the government. The government has been a very difficult partner with us. In fact, they continue to be very difficult, and so I think it does kill entrepreneurship a lot. I will end with this, and any people who have questions after this on setting up a unit, I'm here for the rest of the day. Please do ask me. Thank you, and I wish the symposium all the best. Thank you.
So I'm very happy to announce that Dr. K. Murugayan and Dr. B. Anantharaman from CAS in Botany, that is CAS in Botany one man, that is Murugayan, and CAS in Marine Biology, Anantharaman. They published one book on a handbook on marine algae of the Gulf of Mannar region in Tamil Nadu, India. So I request Dr. Sethivellu sir to release this book and hand over the first copy to Nehemiah sir.
Aju. What?
So with this, on this occasion, I request my senior colleague and student of Professor Umamaishwarayan Kalim Pirumali garu to propose vote of thanks.
At the outset, I would like to say that I am very much happy to participate in this symposium. I had great pleasure in inaugural function of the 3-day symposium, National Symposium on Algae for Human Welfare, being organized by the Department of Botany and Microbiology, Pithampur Rajas Government College, Kakinada, jointly in the Civil Research and Education Association, Paranampet, Tamil Nadu. I express my sincere thanks to Sri B. Srinivasa Rao, lecturer, Department of English, BRG College, Kakinada, for giving the welcome address. I am thankful to Dr. A. Srinivasa Rao, lecturer of this college, and symposium organizing secretary for presenting the background of this symposium. We are grateful to Lieutenant Dr. M. Satyanarayana, principal of this college, for delivering the presidential address. On behalf of all of you, on my own behalf, I express our heartfelt thanks to my MSc classmate and also good friend, Professor N. Anand, former Vice Chancellor, Wales University, Chennai, for delivering the inaugural address. I express my thanks to Professor G. Subramanian, former Director, National Institute for Marine Science Work Area, Bharatiya Swami University, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, for his very informative and useful keynote address on algae for human welfare. We are thankful to Dr. P. Subbarao, Deputy Director, Central Salt and Marine Chemical Research Institute, Bhavnagar, and symposium convener, and for giving the special address. We are thankful to Dr. M. Satya, former Chairman, Marine Products Export Development Authority, Kochi, and also President, Aquaculture Federation of India, Chennai, for his special message. I also thank Professor Vidyavali, former Vice Chancellor, Kakatiya University, Warangal, and Sri Vinod J. Nehemiah, Director, SNAP Natural and Organic Products Private Limited, Ranipet, Tamil Nadu, for offering felicitation. I also thank Professor V.S.S. Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Kakinada, special address. We are very much thankful to all the press and TV media for accepting our kind invitation and participating in this inaugural function, and also for giving a wide coverage about this national symposium. We express our sincere thanks to SNAP Natural and Organic Products Private Limited, Ranipet, Aqua Agri Processing Private Limited, Manamalai, Tamil Nadu, Lin Planting, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, Aquaculture Foundation of India, Gujarat State Petroleum Corporation, Kakinada Operational Area, MS Swaminathan Research Foundation, Kakinada, Abban Information Private Limited, Biotechnology Division, Chennai. Celesti Biosciences Private Limited, Hyderabad. Indigenous and Frontier Technology by Research Center, Chennai. Society for Promotion of Integrated Coastal Area Management, Kakinada. All India Shrimp and Hatchery Association, Kakinada. SCRB, DST, Government of India, New Delhi. GOL, UNDP, GEF, GOAP, EGRE Foundation, Kakinada. And also to NABARD for sponsoring this symposium and providing funds, financial support liberally. I express my thanks to Professor Lieutenant M. Satyanarayana, Principal of this college, and Dr. A. Srinivasa Rao, Symposium Organizer, and all other organizers of the symposium for giving me an opportunity to participate in this symposium and propose a vote of thanks. Finally, I thank one and all for participating in this inaugural function and making it a grand success. Thank you all.
So, with this, we completed our first session, that is inaugural session of the symposium. Now, I request all the participants and the delegates for the lunch at Department of Botany. After the completion of lunch, the technical session, that is the first technical session on biotechnology and molecular biology of the algae, will be starting at sharply by 2 o'clock. So we have short time, so that I request all the people to go to lunch and assemble here at 2 o'clock.
कुछ कहने दे बच्चा ना कुछ यार ओके
Taking the printing and the phylogeny of cyanobacteria. Bacteria is a very diverse organism, and now morning session Dr. GSR, Dr. Anand sir explaining differently. Whereas if you are repeatedly subculturing in the culture medium in the laboratory condition, morphology is entirely different. For example, if you are taking the example of Microcoleus, Microcoleus is a Trichomatis cyanobacterium. It is a form of bundles which is enclosed with a common sheath. Based on that morphology, we are placing it as a Microcoleus genera. But if you are repeatedly subculturing, you can't find the mucilaginous sheath. Otherwise, you can find only the trichomes. We mislead it to identify as Oscillatoria. Dr. Anand sir, original morphology. That's why we need the taxonomic specs. For example, if you see the bacteria, so you can identify the cyanobacteria up to the species level because the morphological variation is very, very vast. But as I said previously, the culture condition as well as the field condition, the morphology is somewhat differ, so it misleads. For example, another example, the nostoc. So in the field itself, if you see the nostoc, you can find it is a mucilaginous ball or mucilaginous mass. Whereas if you cultivate in the natural condition, it repairs mucilage, it absorbs, imbibe the water and keep the water for longer periods during the desiccation condition. Whereas in the culture medium, the water is available throughout the year, so it need not produce the mucilage for their survival. So that's why this is again different approach. We have to go for the different taxonomic tools. If you see this, cyanobacteria is again vastly exploited in the field of agriculture, food, feed, fuel, fine chemicals and all the fields it is occupying. So we have to make the, now we are in our laboratory, we are trying to barcode the cyanobacterial germ, cyanobacterial different morphological types. These are all from the confocal microscopic view. You can find it from the unicellular of different types. Then trichomatous, colonial, trichomatous, plummetous, heterocystus.